And the goal, first goal of the game was scored within about the first minute. We'll have the goal scored for that in just a moment. Power play right now for the Burrards.
Richmond
This
penalty
game,
to number 17, Rick Rawson, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 2:50.
Roddy Jensen with the ball right now. It just feeds it off to Wilson. Jensen had an 8-point night last night. Over to Jensen. Back to Wilson. Burrards on the power play. Burrards in white, Outlaws in black. Came over top, and referee Pat Differ is going to have a face-off to the right of goaltender Dallas Elliott, number 35. And to take the draw is Ken Thomas against Roddy Jensen of the Burrards. Jensen is tied up by Thomas. First goal of the game was scored by Keith Cowison. Picked up an assist from Ken Thomas and number 9, Russ Hurd. Wilson. Took that shot from the side. Terry Oyam. Roughed up Wilson. To Park. Park, who had his left leg taped up pretty tight the last time here, his left thigh. Seems to be moving all right tonight. Russ Hurd, a couple nice moves to get away. That ball was intercepted, picked up by Todd Racine. Racine waits. And instead of taking advantage of the break, takes advantage of it another way and lets his team set up in the offensive zone. Park puts it back to Jensen. Jensen on the side to Jones. Back to Jensen. Wilson. Cross. That isn't, yeah, it is Dan Wilson. Wearing number 15, Eliak. Park can't go up high enough to stop that. And Hurd had his stick knocked away by Roddy Jensen. Jensen with the ball for the Burrards. Wilson, Park, Jensen. Jones, hard shot. Goes wide and up into the ceiling. It'll be a Richmond ball. Penalized players back on. So much for the power play for Vancouver. Tom Huntley with the ball for Richmond. Brad Henry finds some room. Nice little flip back to Hurd. Hurd couldn't handle it. Dave Korovar. The last time we brought you a game on Richmond Cable 4, lacrosse game, Dave Korovar came in late in the game for Dwight Metke, late in the game to relieve him, and actually did a great job and stopped a couple breakaways. Actually stopped a pair of power plays, if I'm right, or not power plays, penalty shots. Korovar had himself a decent night, even though it wasn't a losing cause. Keith Keller's out there looking for some room. Is number 19, Bruce Turris. Turris to Malcolm. Malcolm's quick. That's a Vancouver ball. A Richmond ball. Tom Huntley. Rick Lum and Pat Differ, your referees tonight. You can see Pat Differ running into the... it didn't quite get in there. Curtain back for Richmond. Pile up of players. Off your screen, Van Oss is trying to barge his way into the middle. Now with the ball is Robertson. Robertson across the floor to Rawson. Rawson takes a couple whacks on the arm from Rod McLeod. Turris. Across the floor to Kendrick. Kendrick to Jones. Spins, gets the shot away. And coming up the ball is number 3, Robertson. Now Richmond going to try and set up in the offensive zone. And that was Stewart. Brian Uriga's out there along with Henry. Brad Henry trying to find an open spot. Watched closely by Kendrick. Thomas sets up the pick there, and Henry got a shot away, but a good save by Corvar. Long pass. Wide open on the play is Park. Can he get to it? Yes, he does. Park faked it up top and went downstairs and beat Dallas Eliak to tie up the score in tonight's lacrosse game. Richmond 1, Vancouver 1. On a goal by Park on the breakaway. Good heads-up play by Corvar, the goaltender. That's the 41st goal of the season for Peter Park. Jensen picks up that pass. He was watched by Robertson there, got away from him.
Scored by number 5,
Here's the
Peter
announcement.
Park. Assist to number 30, Dave Corvar. Time of the goal, 7:23.
Hard shot, just goes wide. Jocelyn Perrant might have been in a bit of trouble where he was standing back there. Richmond. Kurtenbach. Kurtenbach has a little bit of room. Puts it up to Dorman. Takes a shot, good save by Corvar. Kurtenbach. Checked in hard into the end boards. It's a Richmond ball. Thomas. Watched by Perrant. Russ Hurd. Number 9, Racine was watching him. It comes back to Ken Thomas. Delicate little pass, and looks like Uriga just couldn't handle it. 6 seconds left to go on the shot clock. If he wants to get one away, he's got to do it now. Long shot. Just goes wide. The clock starts up again. Vancouver has the ball. 11:14 left to go in the first period. 1-1. Turris. Sub shot. An appropriate time to take that shot. A couple players in front of the goaltender. LA still managed to get a piece of that. Hurd getting roughed up by McLeod. Gets the ball away. Richmond, 19 seconds left to go on the shot clock. A lot of time for Henry to set things up. Brad Henry. Polzer trying to make some room for him. Henry has some room, looks to the right side, decides just to take the shot away. It's blocked in front. Polzer and Malcolm fight for it. And Henry got the ball just too late. The shot clock went. Bruce Turris to Park. Park's going to try and back in. Going to set things up, takes a quick shot. Jones, Park, tried to one-time it, couldn't put it past Eliak. Great save by Dallas Eliak. Polzer gives it to Dorman coming off the bench. Jim Dorman. Out there was Marjanovic and Russ Hurd. Also Ken Thomas is coming out. Thomas. Dorman. Watched by Jones. It's a shot away, and Jones playing pretty physical out there. And Park takes a hard shot from Dorman. And the penalty's called by both referees simultaneously. They both saw the same thing. The Richmond player had the Burrard all wrapped up. Try and get one good shot away here. Corvar's off the floor. And they took the one-time shot. Oyam there, Terry Oyam on the side. And coming off is Ken Thomas. And holding is the call at 9:09 of the first period. Holzer takes a shot from Fredrickson. Huntley's going to take his time. Another power play for Vancouver. They've yet to click on that. Goals tonight by Cowieson and Park so far. Korovar.
Richmond penalty, number 2, Ken Thomas. 2 minutes to wraparound. Time of the penalty, 10:52.
I think I heard the call was on the wraparound. Racine. Wilson. Jones, quick shot. Goes wide. It's up over here somewhere. And the ball bounced out of play. Cowieson. Watched by Miller and Park. They put the heat on, wanting to see if we can get him to cough up that ball. There's only 1 minute and 13 seconds left to go in the power play. Malcolm's out there. Watching big Adam Curtin back. Korovar steps out. Miller's there. Curtin back doing a great job of hanging on to the ball. Here's a chance. Henry right in front. And the perfect guy to have that ball in front. And we got a holding call against number 12, Mike Miller. He's not too happy about that. Can't really blame him. Had the power play opportunity, and they squandered it with that holding call. Face off to the right of Dave Korovar, the goaltender for Vancouver. Here's the announcement.
Holding. Time of the penalty, 11:52.
The call was holding. It's 4-on-4. Dorman looking for some room. Takes the shot, bounces it right at the feet of Korovar. And Uriga rebounds off a hit from 21. Fredrickson. And now it looks like Robertson. Robertson had that pass bounce off one of the Richmond players, one of the Vancouver players. Malcolm, number 13, couldn't have that pass. Robertson brings it back, shows a burst of speed to get into the open. 2 Burrards are waiting there for him. He decides to slow things down a bit, gives it off to Henry. The captain of the Outlaws, Brad Henry, out with Van Oss, goes across the floor to Hurd. Hurd gives it to Henry. Cowieson. Shot there from Hurd. Robertson, quick little pass, nicely done. Hurd got the ball to Henry, and Henry missed the net on that shot. Here's a chance now. Goal scored by the Outlaws, number 7. And we'll get the official announcement on the goal scorer. Stewart picked up the goal. And Stewart, who is not listed in the program we have here. Kendrick. Watched by Marjanovic. Jones, quick shot, good leg save by Eliak. Here's the official announcement.
Richmond's second goal, a power play goal, scored by number 7, Jamie Stewart. Assist to number 9, Russ Hurd, and number 11, Keith Cowieson. Time of the goal, 13:14.
So it's Jamie Stewart picking up the goal to make it 2-1 for Richmond. Curtin back. Rick Rawson goes into the corner, watched by Kendrick. And the ball comes loose. Kendrick gathers it up. Roddy Jensen. Just on the side, a quick little burst inside, can't get anywhere. Racine now with the ball. One time's a shot, and I think Elliott got a piece of that. Another great save. Super goaltending thus far from Dallas Elliott. Henry's out there. Brad Henry, one time and a goal, made it look so easy. Keith Cowieson. Brad Henry being watched by Goodwin, found Cowieson breaking for the net, and he one-timed it home. 5:26 left to go in the first period. The score is now 3-1. Remember the last game, last time these two teams met, Richmond went well out in front, only to watch the Burrards race back, almost close enough to win that game. I'm sure that's in the back of Richmond's mind. A good, consistent attack. They're going to need that for 60 minutes. Here's Turris. Hard shot. Elliott gets a piece of it, but not enough. Great goal there by Turris. Set up perfectly in front and picks up the second goal for the Vancouver Burrards. And I think the Burrards probably remember that last game as well, not wanting to let the Richmond Outlaws get too far in front of them. Three to 2, 5:11 left to go in the first period.
Richmond's third goal, scored by number 11, Keith Cowieson. Assist to number 55, Brad Henry. Vancouver's second goal, scored by number 19, Bruce Turris. Assist to number 88, Trey Yoem. And number 20, number 30, Dave Korovar.
Korovar picks up another assist on the goal. Robertson puts it well back to Huntley. Huntley, long pass. Rick Lum dodges that. Jamie Stewart looking for some room, gets the pick from Kurtenbach, more of a screen. Took a sub shot and Korovar managed to get a piece of it. Turris up the right side, long pass bouncing for Jones. Jones can't get a handle on it, kicks it out, and Wilson has it. Wilson for Vancouver. Wilson trying to find some room in front. He's got it, takes the shot, just goes wide. Elliott didn't see that. He came out of a maze of players to get that shot away. Shot on the side from Peter Park. Pass to Russ Hurd. Henry. Russ Hurd spinning. Takes on a couple of Burrards, puts it on to Dorman on the doorstep. And he got a good shot away, but is blocked there by Korovar. Showing good speed as Jensen leaves it back for Racine. And he puts it back to number 14, Goodwin. Racine has some room now. Shot, good save by Elliott, got a piece of that. Dorman hit hard on the play by Jocelyn Perrant. Caught Dorman off stride. Dorman comes back. Maybe a little bit out of control. He had a pretty good shot at Perrant. Roddy Jensen, hang on. The slash is called by Rick Lum. And it goes to Todd Racine. .254 left to go in the first period. Penalty now to the Vancouver Burrards. Richmond sends out Kurtenbach, Thomas,
Vancouver
Ross and
penalty,
Huntley,
number 9,
and Robertson.
Todd
Here's the
Racine.
announcement.
2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 17:06.
Oyam is back there. Henry, Cowieson, Over to Henry. Vancouver picking up the pace on this power play, moving the ball around briskly. Get a shot. Good job to save that pass by number 23, Steve Van Oss. Downey. Holding is a call against Vancouver. And Carvar gets the call. Oyam is going to argue the case. I thought it was, hang on, we'll see what happens. See what the call is from Rick Lum. I don't know if you heard that, but it's 7 for the cross-check, 14 for hold. So now we're going to see a 4-on-3. Park, Downey, and Malcolm are out there for Vancouver. Downey and Malcolm have good speed. Might be the guys you want to have out there. We'll see how it works out for Vancouver. Brad Henry. Malcolm trying to chase down Downey. How long can he keep running for? Malcolm now. And this guy can really move. Huntley staying on him. Huntley stays with him. Malcolm. Took a little flip. Parker shot and a goal. Those three of them worked very, very well together between Malcolm, Downey, and Park. Downey and Malcolm were running all over the place, and the Richmond players just couldn't catch up. Make the score 3-all with 1 minute and 50 seconds left to go in the first period. Roddy Jensen. Malcolm trying to find some room, and he takes a couple checks and manages to fight free. Malcolm flips to Jensen. Shot, good save by Eliak.
Third goal scored by number
Here's the
5,
announcement.
Peter Park. Assist to number 13, Tony McComb.
Tony Malcolm gets the assist on the goal by Park. I thought Downey should have been there as well. All three of them were handling the ball. Cowieson, Hurd, Henry. Hurd, sub shot, goal. Now the goals are coming fast and furious with 1 minute and 18 seconds left to go in the first period. It's 4-3. The Richmond Outlaws regain the lead. Coach Don Cameron is not too happy on the far side for Vancouver. Goodwin is in the box for Vancouver. Outlaws, Henry.
1 minute to play in the first period.
Looking for some room.
Assist to number 11, Keith Cowison.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Shot and a goal. Bounced it between the legs of Corvar. And in the past 40 seconds, Richmond has tallied twice to make the score 5-3 and resurrect their 2-goal lead. Kurtenbach assaulted by 2 Burrards. Robertson comes away with the ball. Here it is. Quick pass, trying to give it off to Huntley. On his left. Jensen now with the ball for Richmond. It's roughed up by Huntley. Now Jocelyn Perrant comes away with it. Perrant up to Racine. 12 seconds left to go in the penalties. Racine, it's 4-on-4. Racine, Perrant. Bad pass, and Rick Rawson not aware of where the ball was. It's a race for it. Huntley now with the ball for Richmond. Some kind of buzzer went. And 2 seconds left to go in the first period. That's it for the first period.
Richmond's fifth
An
goal,
outburst of goals. Here's the
11,
announcement.
Keith Cowison. Assist to number 55, Brad Henry. And number 9, Russ Hurd. Time of the goal, 19:18.
So Cowison secures the 2-goal lead at the end of the first period. The score is the Richmond Outlaws 5, the Vancouver Burrards 3. It's the battle to see who's going to get out of last place in the WLA. Stay with us for more lacrosse action from the Richmond Arena. Second period just underway. The face-off, Cowison can't scoop it up. Henry. The shots in that first period, Vancouver out shooting Richmond 19-14. Russ Hurd backs his way in, flips it to the side to Cowison. Cowison all alone is Hurd, and a shot and goal. And a rude welcome to Dwight Medke, who replaces Dave Korovar. Makes the score 6-3 after those 2 quick goals at the end of the first period. Coach Dan Cameron felt it necessary to lift the goaltender. Medke couldn't do much about that, though. Hurd was all alone on the doorstep, had all the time to slide it around the goaltender. Score's now 6-3. Jamie Stewart in there to take the draw against Dan Wilson. Park and Robertson. Huntley. Out of the 5 goals scored in the first period.
Richmond's 6th goal, scored by number 9, Russ Hurd. Assist to number 11, Keith Cowison. Time of the goal, 31 seconds.
Hurd from Cowison for the first goal. Park managed just to get a piece of that. Miller can't grab it, and Wilson can't find the handle either. Jones finally for Vancouver. Hard pass on the side. Park took the shot, and a good save by number 35, Dallas Eliak. Brad Henry was in on 4 of the 5 goals. 4 straight goals he assisted on in that first period. Hurd, shot. Saved by Metke. Metke takes matters into his own hands out there. No one in the net. Metke gets back, gets a piece of it, and hacks down Hurd. Throwing that big lumber around. Uriga. Polzer. Polzer a little bit slow in getting that ball, and a couple Burrards knocked his stick away before he get to it. Diving to make that play was Miller. And a good effort. Jones comes up with the ball. 26 seconds on the shot clock. Lots of time for Vancouver to set things up. Racine. Watched by Uriga. Roddy Jensen. Marjanovic was right on him. So break now for Cowison. Cowison just couldn't get to it. Good effort from Keith Cowison. Good one. It's Racine, hard shot. Went from straight over top, trying to fool Eliak. Didn't do it. Eliak got a piece of that. Dorman collides with Goodwin, and now it sounds like that stick broke. Dorman checks his, and Goodwin's stick seems to be in one piece. And Dorman can't seem to believe it. You see him, didn't see him there on your screen, but he keeps checking that stick. It sounded like something should have been broken. Jamie Stewart, the sub shot. Steve Downey, pass, Racine up the floor. Finds Jocelyn Perrant. Off the crossbar. And the light went, but there was no goal. Wilson moved in close to take that shot. It's now Robertson for the Richmond Outlaws. If you just joined us, it's the Outlaws in black, Vancouver in white with the blue pants. Shot taken by Robertson. Curtain back. Can't get to it. And now Coach Dan Cameron, after that call of bringing the ball back in. I don't think referee Rick Lum would have heard the end of it. A shot there from Oyam on Thomas. McLeod. Rod McLeod. Malcolm looking for some room in there, takes a quick shot. Couldn't really find a lane, took the shot away, got the shot away anyway. Didn't really amount to much. Cowieson hits Kurtenbach coming off the bench. A couple more players head off for Richmond. Now Lithwaite is going to make sure that the Outlaws don't make any mistakes in their line changes. Rick Rawson couldn't get to that pass. Jones. Robertson. Here comes Jamie Stewart wearing number 7. Stewart's there with Robertson, streaking as Kendrick. Can't get to it in time. Nice job by Rawson. Great save by Metke. And Rawson made some great moves, but Metke was up to them. Kendrick. There's Jensen. Stewart. The pick is set there by Kendrick. Jensen has some time, looking for someone to pass to. Another pick for him, set up beautifully by Burrards, giving lots of room to move, but he just can't get close enough to get a good shot. Quick shot taken on the side by Racine. And the buzzer went before he got the shot away. 14:59 left to go in the second period. 6-3 is the score. Vancouver gave up a quick goal to start off this second period. Thomas gave it to Henry. Henry's been dangerous tonight. Takes a smack there from Jensen. Polzer finds it, shot over the shoulder, but over the crossbar as well. Knocked down by Polzer, and there's a delayed penalty. Heading to the bench is Metke. Now this could be a little confusing. There's a few players coming off. There are 6 attackers out now for Vancouver. Right in front, Park, shot. Good save by Dallas Eliak. Here's the announcement. Interference is the call. We'll have the official announcement in just a moment. Rick Lum explaining that to Troy Polzer. And Troy's not too happy about that. Out to kill the penalty is Thomas. Uriga. And it looks like Kurtenbach. And joining him as well as Tom Huntley.
Troy Polzer. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 5:45.
The call is Polzer for interference. Huntley, shot, goal. Boy, did Huntley make that look easy. A dangerous man on a breakaway. Tom Huntley picked up the goal for Richmond. First goal was scored by Hurd, and that time Huntley went away, didn't bother faking at all, just blasted a shot between the legs of Metke. Tom Huntley makes the score 7-3 in favor of Richmond. 14:08 left in the second period. Racine gives a shot to Kurtenbach. Thomas, here's the announcement.
Ken Thomas. Time of the goal, 5:52.
Malcolm, look at that speed, but couldn't beat Kurtenbach. Kurtenbach put his head down and lots of effort, kept up with the speedy Vancouver Burrard player. Terry Oyam, the captain of Vancouver. Wilson. Wilson and Jensen working that ball back and forth. Jones, shot, goal. He had the opening and made no mistake about it. 7-4 is the score. 13:32 left to go in the second. There's Randy Jones, number 22, the goal scorer. The Vancouver bench trying to stay in this game. Constantly playing catch-up lacrosse against Richmond. Can't seem to put enough of an effort together or keep Richmond off the scoreboard long enough to get ahead in this game.
Vancouver's fourth goal.
Here's the announcement.
Scored by number 22, Randy Jones. Assist to number 15, Dan Wilson. And number 8, Rod Jensen. Time of the goal, 6:28.
So Jensen picks up a point. McLeod. And Hurd didn't like that. A little bit of a fall through onto the leg. #19 is Turris. And Bruce Turris still with the ball and took too long. Couldn't get the shot away. Pat Differ gives it to Hurd now. Russ Hurd for Richmond. Wholesale line change for the Outlaws. Out there now is Robertson, Dorman, Rawson, along with Stewart and Kurtenbach. Rawson to Stewart. Stewart, nice shot. And Robertson gets roughed up. Keller, long pass, nice one to Park. Peter Park, watched by Kurtenbach. Oh, hit Wilson coming off the bench, and the shot hit the far post. Robertson. Comes Turris, 3 Burrards, and against Rawson. Rawson, quick shot, just a little too high. Rawson to Dorman. 12:02, 7-4 for the Outlaws in the second period. Dorman, 2-on-1. He's got Uriga, takes the shot himself. Looks like Medke got a piece of it. And the Outlaws have to leave the ball there for the Burrards. Jones. Randy Jones. Jensen, hit by Henry. Gives it to Jones. We're going to give the ball back to Richmond. 11:36. Ken Thomas. Stopped there by Jensen. Uriga with the shot. 25, Adam Kurtenbach. Kurtenbach watched there by number 12, Mike Miller. Neat little shot coming off the stick of Brad Henry. Hit the crossbar. Cowieson. That's a bit of room bought for him by Henry. Henry tried to take that pass as he was streaking towards the goal. Couldn't handle it. Goaltender Metke to Jensen. Jensen looking long. Elects to bring the ball up the floor. Wholesale line change for the Burrards. 14 is Steve Goodwin. Goodwin. Watched by Thomas. Pass off the meshing to Downey. Van Oss on him. And Eliak breaks up that play and sets things up for the Richmond Outlaws. 10-10 in the second period. Van Oss. Robertson. Ducks around Goodwin. Now Oyen picks him up. Jamie Stewart. Robertson, the shot clock went. 9:48. Jocelyn Perrant for the Burrards. Long pass, and it looked as though Fredrickson wanted to shoot before he had control of the ball. Turris to Malcolm, in the middle to Oyem. Oyem finds an opening, takes a shot, and it bounces through the meshing. And Pat Differ is ready for the face-off. To the left of Dallas Eliak, Dorman's there, Stewart, Rawson, Huntley, and Robertson for Richmond. Wilson will take the draw for Vancouver. Racine, Jones, Miller, and Kendrick are out there for Vancouver. Randy Jones. Miller. Park. Watch closely by Robertson. Robertson. And I remember Dave Durante spoke about players who get their stick in the way and don't use the body, and Robertson did a great job of getting his body in the way that time. Very effective against a dangerous player, Park, sorry. Kendrick. Miller. Nice spin move. Pass, gave it to Wilson right on the doorstep, and he made a couple, maybe too many moves, getting the shot away. Miller heads off. And jumping on is Todd Racine. And immediately sees action, gets the ball. Huntley intercepts it. He's got speed. Jones can't catch him. Can Racine? Racine caught up to him, but Huntley still got the shot away. Maybe it took a few options away, the hustle by Racine. Jensen flips it back to Racine. Fresh legs coming off the bench for Vancouver. Steve Downey. Watched by Dorman. Pass almost was a little too high, and Cowieson would have loved to have tried to run down that one. Racine tried to tuck that one to the short side. 7:55 left to go in the second. Brent Chapman here for Richmond Cable 4. Here's a shot. Good save by Eliak. Here at the Richmond Arena, the score 7-4 for the Outlaws. Cowieson wants to add another one. Thomas, Hurd, Cowieson, Uriga, Thomas, Metke. A little reversal of the script here in the second Wednesday night game between Vancouver and Richmond on Richmond Cable 4. Last time it was Metke replaced by Korovar. Now Korovar takes a breather and Metke comes in. Only 2 goals scored in this period by Richmond. Actually, I haven't had that many opportunities, but Metke's come up with a couple good saves. Russ Hurd across the floor to Kurtenbach coming off the bench. Kurtenbach to Robertson, wasn't sure if he had that. Van Oss. Kurtenbach, hard shot. Keith Keller gets rid of it, dangerous play. And Keller's got to be upset. He gave that ball right to Steve Van Oss, and Van Oss made no mistake with Metke out of the goal and out of the crease. The score is now 8-4. And Steve Van Oss made no mistake about it, fired that ball home. Good hustle by that line for Richmond.
Richmond's 8th goal.
Here's the
Scored
announcement.
by number 23, Steve Van Oss, unassisted. Time of the goal, 13:28.
An unassisted goal by Steve Van Oss. Probably the assist would come to the confusion that was created by all the Richmond players on that attack. Van Oss was the benefactor with the goal. Did a good job, though, firing that in, making no mistake about it. Randy Jones. Watched by Rawson. Rawson stays with him. Wilson. Somebody's lost a glove out there. Jones. Jones and Rawson. And Jones, Rawson knocks down a couple players. There is a penalty on the play, though, and it'll go against Randy Jones. And Jones, Rawson took a little exception to the slash that he got, but Jones will go to the penalty box for that. The trainer comes out. Well, it's not Racine. It's Todd felt guilty, headed to the box. Wasn't him.
Vancouver
The penalty goes against
number
Randy
22,
Jones.
Randy Jones. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 14:04.
So with 5:56 left to go in the second period, we've got a power play for Richmond. Rawson, Dorman, Kurtenbach, Thomas, and Robertson are out there. Kurtenbach finally gets a handle on the ball. Hurd, Cowieson, Henry. Russ Hurd, the ball was a little too high for him. 9 seconds on the shot clock. He's got to get a shot away. Henry, 6 seconds. And again, Cowiesen's going to have to take the long shot. Took a little too much time. Didn't hear much noise from the bench for Richmond. Thought they might make a little noise to help their players on the floor out. Not done. Malcolm. Dangerous, killing a penalty. He showed that earlier. Gary Fredrickson. Fredrickson. 1 minute and 5 left to go in the penalty. Pass to Malcolm. Malcolm. And we've got a penalty now against Richmond. So now Vancouver's going to try and hang on to the ball and run down that penalty. Smart play by Malcolm. See how long he can hang on to it for. Thomas is out there. Malcolm gives it off to Jensen. Jensen back to Malcolm. Marjanovic is on him. Park. 24 seconds. Finally, a couple of Richmond players get over. Get 2 men on Park. They managed to run down the clock on that on the penalty down to 21 seconds. Holding is the call. Goes against Bob Marjanovic. And Bob has a few words to say to Pat Differ. There's referee Rick Lum. Temper's running a bit hot in this game. Neither of these teams too thrilled to end up in last place. That's where the loser's going to be. They'll be the sole possessors of last place. Here's the penalty.
2 minutes for holding at 15:43.
They will be in last place in the WLA. It's getting close to playoff time. Good save. Dallas Eliak, almost put the ball into his own net. Trying to get a hold on it. 4:03 left to go in the second period. Thomas. And now Vancouver is at full strength. Jones heads straight to the box, and number 14, Steve Goodwin, comes out. Along with him for one of the first times is Corey Nelson. Haven't seen him much tonight. Brad Henry, Nelson was all over him. Kendrick gets sandwiched between a couple of Richmond players, but the ball comes up to Steve Goodwin. Long pass. Finds Jensen. Shot. Great save. On the doorstep, Park. A dangerous goal scorer. If I'm right, that's number 42 on the season for Peter Park. And Eliak looked like he might have stayed with them, but couldn't do it. Tough luck for the goaltender, who made a sparkling save on the shot prior to that. Make the score 8-5 now in favor of the Richmond Outlaws. Well, the penalty proved costly against Bob Marjanovic. Here's the announcement.
Scored by number 5, Peter Park. Assist to number 8, Rod Jensen. Time of the goal, 16:32.
Park, who had 8 points last night in a losing cause, keeps up the pace with a couple of assists here in the second period. It's 5-3. At the end of one, it's now 8-5. On his knees in the shot from the crease, or actually from the slot, Miller. In fact, it was Downey. Gave it off to Jensen. Jensen to Perrant. Wilson's out there, so is Malcolm. And Turse, lots of speed out there for Vancouver. Shot and a good save by Eliak. Trying to find someone. With the crew they've got out there, I doubt anyone on Richmond's going to outrun the Vancouver Burrards. Trying to find the breakaway. Huntley, Rawson, Dale Robertson. Robertson trying to lead his teammate with that pass. Didn't work out too well. Here comes Malcolm. Blows by Huntley, loses control of the ball though in the process. Eliak's there. Jamie Stewart. Bounces to Kurtenbach. To Huntley. He has Rawson with him. Rawson sets up the pick and a good shot. Rawson almost had a piece of that rebound. Metke. Jones. 1:41 left to go in the second period. Racine. Tried a gentle little flip into the slot. Nobody was there. Jones. In fact, probably not that nobody was there, as everybody was there, and the ball got knocked back into the corner. It's a Richmond ball. Curtin back to Hurd. Hurd. It's Huntley. In fact, Henry. Coming up with the ball is Jones, and we're going to have a penalty on Marjanovic. Holding's the call with 1 minute and 3 seconds. Marjanovic. I'm not happy with that call at all. Pat Differ, Troy Polter talking to Pat Differ. The goal by Park for Vancouver was his league-leading 9th hat trick of the season. So the prolific goal-scoring exploits of Peter Park continue. Last minute of play.
22.
Here's the penalty.
Bob Marjanovic, 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 18:57.
Bob Marjanovic gets the penalty for holding. Last time Marjanovic was in the box, Vancouver capitalized. See if they can do it again. Park on the doorstep. Oyam watching Elliott closely. Here's a pass, a lead pass for Huntley, and he's dangerous on this. Surprised everyone with that one. Probably surprised the goalie as well. Too bad Henry couldn't get a piece of that. Probably surprised Henry as well. He was looking for it. Russ Hurd, who comes into this game. Time's up for the second period. Russ Hurd comes into this game with 191 points. Probably will be close to eclipsing 200 points on the season. Not so much, I don't know if he's going to be able to do it tonight. He's got a few assists here and there. But probably before this season's out, he'll hit 200. Rick Lum getting a talking to by Polzer and a few more of the Richmond players. Not too happy with the way things have turned out. Though they're still ahead by 3. Richmond probably feels they should have a little more insurance getting ready for this third period. John Allen, Al Lithwaite. There's John Allen talking with number 6, Tom Huntley, wondering maybe why he passed that ball in the play, but he had everyone fooled. I think the goaltender, Metke, wasn't too sure what was going to happen there. Worked out, would have been nice to round out the period for the Outlaws, but things worked out well for the Burrards to get back into this game. Looks like things were going to be a bit of a runaway. They got back with 2 goals to make the score 8-5. So at the end of 2 periods, the score is the Vancouver Burrards 5, the Richmond Outlaws 8. We'll be back with more lacrosse action in the third period in just a moment. Preparing for the third period, or ready for the third period, is Pat Differ talking there with Ken Thomas. Rick Lum having a few words with Tom Huntley. Talked to Tom Huntley during the break, and he said about that breakaway. He wondered himself why he didn't shoot. And he said, in fact, it was true. He fooled everyone. He even fooled Brad Henry on that. Referring to the breakaway he had with a few seconds left on the clock in the second period. Score is 8-5, starting the third period. Roddy Jensen in the face-off against Thomas. Ball comes back to goaltender Dallas Elliott, who's played outstanding for Richmond. On the other side, Metke's done a pretty good job for Vancouver as well. Came in to shore up some soft spots, replacing Dave Korovar. And Metke brings it up and gives it to Park. Park's out there with Jensen, Wilson, Oyam, and Jones. Power play still for Vancouver. They start this period off with one. Marjanovic in the box. Oyam, 13 seconds, 12 seconds left to go on the clock. Jones, Oyam, Wilson, and Elliott comes down with it. Richmond has to hang on, see if they can kill this penalty. A long pass, maybe not the best idea, trying to kill off a penalty. See if Vancouver might be able to set up for just one good opportunity. 22 seconds. Marjanovic is back out of the box. Marjanovic bumps with Oyam and heads to the bench. Good speed from Thomas. Bounce pass to Stewart. In fact, that's Cowieson. Hurd, Henry. Henry gets the pick from Hurd. Stewart back to Henry. Tried to one time it, couldn't do it. 18:32 left to go in the second period. Park comes up with the ball for Vancouver. Burrards in white, Richmond in black. If you're just joining us, score is 8-5 in favor of the Richmond Outlaws over the Vancouver Burrards. The team that wins this game gets out of last place. Turris, hard shot, good save by Eliak. No weak spot in the 5-hole there. Robertson, good speed, and Fredrickson's going to get called. Cross check. Rick Lum probably felt that was a dangerous cross check. Called the penalty. And Gary Fredrickson not too happy about the call. Or is the coach, Dan Cameron of Vancouver. Here's the announcement.
Gary Fredrickson, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 1:57.
Rick Lum decided that was a little dangerous. Stick by Oyam is broken. Henry to Cowieson, over to Hurd. Hurd watched by Downey, and Downey managed to knock the ball free. 12 seconds left in the shot clock. Hurd takes the shot, just goes wide. Not sure if Metke got a piece of that. Racine in against Stewart. Henry comes away with it. Sub shot just goes wide on the right side. Ball too far for Cowieson to get to. Metke bounces to Lum, and he gives it off to Roddy Jensen. Jones in front. Park shot. The ball just went wide. Malcolm watching Thomas. Park joins in the attack. Curtin back for Richmond. Thomas for the Outlaws. Ahead to Brad Henry. Brad Henry, 4 points on the night so far. Cowieson, all of them in the first period. Henry, the shot, good save by Metke. Malcolm showing good speed. Cowieson's going to have to do a good job to keep up with him. Malcolm still gets the shot away, just went wide. Van Oss. Cowieson. With Henry and Hurd. Farther up the floor is Jamie Stewart. Stewart. Watched by Downey. 13 seconds left to go in the power play. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hurd. Stewart, 4 seconds. He's got to get the shot away. And there's the drive. And goaltender Metke just didn't see Fredrickson streaking for the net. A long pass would have found him wide open. Metke. Jones. In the open is Jensen. Can't handle it. The bouncing ball eluded him for a moment. And now Downey has the ball for Vancouver. Wilson. Jones. Wilson sets the pick after the pass. A good shot and good save from Eliak. Marjanovic started running the passes for him. Robertson. Jensen, watched by Robertson. Pass to Wilson. 8-5 is the score. 15-16 left to go in the third period. Wilson with the shot. Went wide. It was picked up by Wilson. He was in the crease, though. He leaves it behind there. Outlaws Stewart. Waits for a new group of players to come off the bench. Curtin back, Dorman are out there along with Huntley. And 17, Rick Rawson. Rawson missed a golden opportunity, a great save actually by Metke in the second period. Turris. Kurtenbach gives a good shot to number 20, Rod McLeod. Jones. For Vancouver, Rawson knocked down McLeod. Oyam. Dorman. Huntley collides there with Racine. Racine gets a shot from Stewart. McLeod to Racine. Nope. Turris comes up with it. Chased by Stewart. Couldn't get the shot away. The exception of the penalty, I don't think we've had a break of any significance in this third period thus far. Hurd. Goodwin's watching him. Henry's now been watched by Racine. And Racine anticipated the pick, thought he had the ball in his stick, but didn't. Turris took a couple shots from Uriga. Gives the ball off to McLeod. Rod McLeod for the Burrards. Jensen. Finds a lane. Jensen from the side. Good shot and a good save. Not sure how good the shot was actually. I think what was better even was his ability to find that open lane. He got a good quality opportunity against goaltender Dallas Eliak. Dangerous pass. Rawson couldn't handle it. And Jensen. Nice move by Rawson. Finally, Metke comes out and slashes. Don't know if he got a piece of anybody there. Rawson seems to be all right. Long pass to Park. Park watched by Stewart. Great play. Stewart all over Park. Spins around and fires that ball home. Great goal from number 5. Peter Park. Park's fourth goal of the game. Peter Park makes the score 8-6 in favor of the Outlaws. 12:55 left in the third period.
Vancouver's 6th goal, scored by number 5, Peter Park. Assist to number 22, Randy Jones. Time of the goal, 7:05.
Randy Jones gets in on the scoring. Here's Van Oss, number 23 for Richmond. Tried to find Robertson. Dorman was there as well. Stewart comes away with the ball for the Richmond Outlaws. Stewart. Dorman tried to one-time it. Robertson has it. Good job by Racine to knock that ball away a couple times, making it tough for Robertson to concentrate on finding someone to pass to. Metke. Head to Malcolm. Malcolm. Gives it off to McLeod, and McLeod couldn't do much with it. Eliak. Cowieson will handle the ball. Now it's Brad Henry. Richmond captain tried to find Uriga. Park. Fredrickson for Vancouver. Out there with Park, Kendrick, Jensen, and there's a pass to Oyam, the 5th man out there for Vancouver. Richmond makes some changes on the fly. Thomas gets checked there by Frederick. Took that high up on the neck. Seems to be all right. Look for a pass into the slot for Robertson. Rawson gives it off to Henry. Thomas heads towards the bench. Coming out is Jamie Stewart. Henry. In the middle for Polzer. Gets a shot away. Gets hit by 2 players from the Burrards and still manages to get a good shot away. Hit the post. Great effort there by Tro Polzer. Jamie Stewart. Hurd with the ball for Richmond. Rawson. And Fredrickson is hitting anybody that moves out there. Managed to get a piece of his own player that time. And Hurd gets roughed up by a few Burrards on their way to the bench. And coach is not sure who's he's voicing his displeasure at. It looks like Fredersen is taking the brunt of that. 8-6 the score. We're almost at the midway point of the third period. 10:15 to go in the third period. Van Oss, watched there by Park. Across the floor to Stewart. Stewart looked down low and then went up high, and the ball was stopped by Metke. Dwight Metke took over early in the second period. He's done a good job for Vancouver. Downey. Jones, shot, goal. It's a one-goal game. 9:43 of the third period. The big shot from Randy Jones. And the Burrards draw within one. Now both teams having the work cut out for them at this point. Richmond, who's been on the attack and just had no luck in this third period. Score was 8-5 at the end of two. They've yet to score in this third period. Get the official announcement in just a moment on that Vancouver goal. Deliseliak looks like a timeout called on the play.
Vancouver's seventh goal.
By Richmond.
Scored by number 22, Randy Jones. Assist to number 11, Steve Brownie. Time of the goal, 10:17.
Second goal of the third period. Randy Jones, he assisted on the first one. Scored by Peter Park. And it looks like an equipment repair is going on the far side for Richmond. Member of the coaching staff for Vancouver, and there's the Burrards. They're within one with 9:43 left in this third period. Brad Henry, who assisted on 4 straight goals. And Cowieson as well. Actually, Cowieson managed to have a hand in all 5 goals in the first period. Scoring the first one, assisting on the second, scoring the third, assisting on the fourth, and scoring the 5th goal. He also picked up another point in the second period. So far, a 6-point night for Keith Cowieson. I'm sure he's hoping not to squander this. Nothing worse than having a great night as Jensen did last night. Scoring 8 points and still losing the game. Eliuk, under the close supervision there of referee Rick Lum, has his equipment repaired. Problem with the stick seems to be okay. They wish him luck, and back into the net he goes. 9:43 left to go in the third period. The score is now 8-7. It's a 1-goal game for the Burrards. And since about the 6-minute mark of the first period, the game hasn't been this close. Mind you, actually late in the first period, Burrards did draw close, but Vancouver managed to get back out in front. Malcolm somehow got a shot away. Ball's picked up there by Jensen. Jensen, Hurd comes out to watch him. The 30-second clock is not moving. It is now. Racine. Jensen from behind the net. Number 7, Jocelyn Perron. 7 seconds. 6 seconds left to go on the shot clock. And they're not going to get a shot away in time. The ball comes the length of the floor to Metke. Pat Differ. And Richmond will set up in the Vancouver end. Jamie Stewart's there. Stewart, watched by Wilson. Rawson takes the shot. It Bounces out. And it looks as though the spectator was going to throw that ball back into play, but the referee has one. Huntley. Watched by Goodwin. 8:27 left to go in the third. Metke. Here comes Kendrick for Vancouver. Ahead to Park. Park gets hit by Rawson a couple times. Park trying to find some room in front. There's the lane he wanted. Took his shot and was blocked there by Elliott. Park forced Huntley to use a bounce pass, get the ball to Stewart. A little bit of trouble handling that, but he's got control of it now. It gives it off to Hurd. Hurd backing in against McLeod. Rod McLeod, now Jones takes up the task of watching Hurd. Long shot there from Brian Uriga. 7:43 left to go in the third period. Fredrickson. And there's Downey. Downey. They're managing to find an opening there on the left side, or their left and the right side of Richmond. And they've been dangerous. Richmond yet to score in this third period. Would like to put some insurance on the board. Kurtenbach. Kurtenbach and Miller exchange a few blows. Or actually a few stick whacks, if you want to call them that. Wilson off to Jones. Jones to Malcolm. Malcolm moves in to set the pick. Doesn't need it, says Jones. He's going to pass it off to Wilson. Now Jones. Watch there by Rawson. Park tried to tuck that one in. Ball goes off the meshing. And coming down with it with good hustle is Robertson. Dale Robertson passes on the side to Huntley. Huntley's got Stewart. He's also got Cowieson ahead of him. Makes a move on Jocelyn Perrant. Takes a hit on the side and loses the ball. And here comes Malcolm. Watch out. Trying to get a substitute out. Malcolm. Shot and a great save by Eliak. Perrant, hang on. That net's up. It's going to be a Vancouver ball once they get the net fixed. Good for Richmond, actually. A bit of confusion. A player came off. And the Richmond bench started scrambling, trying to figure out who was supposed to go on. Fredrickson. The ball's turned over to Richmond. Henry. Polzer. Troy Polzer. Watched by McLeod, watched by Fredrickson, actually. Cowieson does a good job to come down with that ball. 5:53 left to go in the third period. Cowieson to Henry. 9 seconds on the shot clock. 8, 7. Henry gets the pick. Got to get that shot away quickly. Thomas, 2 seconds, too late. Thomas got some rough treatment there. Should have got that shot away. Couldn't do it. Randy Jones. Should have, as easy to say. I'm sure the Burrards didn't let him get the shot away. 23 is Steve Van Oss. Van Oss with the pass to Dorman. Dorman watched by Kendrick. Kendrick, Dorman controlling. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Pass to Huntley. Moving a little too fast to get a handle on it. Turris up the side to Jones. Jones dodges Dorman. Now it's Steve Downey. Downey. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Downey still controlling. Pass to Wilson. Good shot and a good save. Elick has been sharp. Richmond was outshot in the second period, 19-14. And also was outshot by the same number in the first period. Eliak's had a lot of work. 4:25. 8-7 the score. Cowieson to Hurd. Watched by Wilson. Comes Hurd. Nice move. Splits the defenders. Passed it off to Thomas. A little surprised at that. Thought after a nice move like that, he may have taken the shot. Good move, though, by Hurd to break through to defense. 4 minutes in the third period. Jensen, nice move, tripped up on the play by Hurd. Referee must have felt it was inadvertent. Didn't call a play. You know, the bench at Vancouver would like to see something called. Less than 4 minutes, so I'm sure the referee doesn't, on a questionable call like that, doesn't want to be the one deciding this game. Jensen, dangerous out there. Jensen gets some room from Fredrickson. Blocks out Cowieson, but the Outlaws are happy to keep him well out. Finds some room there on the side, and a couple players in the slot wait now. And Jensen, he's going to have to deal with Henry. Park got knocked down as well. And Jensen took a shot at goaltender Eliuk. And Henry didn't like that at all. And let's see what Pat Differ decides on. Brad Henry, who isn't a real regular in the penalty box, took exception to Jensen and his actions. We'll find the official announcement in just a moment. 3:28, 8-7. And now you know that someone's not going to be happy with these penalties, the way they're called. Pat Differ is hearing some heat from the side. Rick Lum is talking with the goaltender. We're going to get this game going again. Kendrick heads off and Jones comes out. Park is out there. Him and Huntley are squaring off, and Huntley seems to be still upset after the last play. Great save by Eliuk. That ball was headed for the top corner. Eliuk slid across and got a piece of that with shoulder. Super play. 3:16 left to go in the third period. Both teams picked up minor penalties on the play. Jensen's in the box, and so is Brad Henry. Cowieson, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Watch there by Turris. 6 seconds, 5. Here's a chance for Hurd. Shot off the post. Clock starts up again. A race for it. Here comes Steve Goodwin. Check by Cowieson. Cowieson. Great save by Eliuk. Stayed with Goodwin all the way. Here's the pass quickly to Malcolm. Quick couple moves. Is it in? No. Ball's on the side. The red light went. And goal judge must have been fooled. Ball didn't go in. Great job by Dallas Eliuk on Goodwin and Malcolm. Malcolm so quick in front. Russ Hurd. Nice play. Stewart was almost sent in all alone. That nice little flip pass from Hurd. Neatly played. 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Park wants to get things going here for the Burrards. Dallas Eliuk coming out and sending that ball into the stands, a dangerous one. Sent the spectators running for cover. Vancouver down by 1, minute 45. The winner of this game gets out of last place. Wilson, shot and a goal. Number 7, Jocelyn Perron gets the goal for Vancouver to tie this game up. Eliuk did such a super job in keeping Richmond in there, but Richmond just hasn't been able to get any kind of sustained attack on Vancouver. And a couple good saves by Metke as well. Has kept them in this third period in there long enough to tie up the game. It's 8-all.
Vancouver's 8th goal.
Here's the official announcement.
Scored by number 7, Jocelyn Perron. Assist to number 15, Dan Wilson. And number 5, Peter Park. Time of the goal, 18:28.
So the goal by Jocelyn Perrant. There's John Allen in the striped shirt, giving the instructions to Richmond to get back into this game. Hopefully they can come up with a victory. They've let the 8-5 lead slip away. They're actually up 8-3 at one point. They just haven't been able to put anything on the board since that point. Racine and Thomas in to take the draw. 4 seconds left to go in the penalties to Henry and Jensen. Both players are back out. Teams are at full strength. Racine. Jones. Park. Oyam. Jones trying to find the pass into the middle. Here's Jensen. Eliak was out. Jensen in front. Shot. Good save by Eliak. Curtin back. 52 seconds. Henry's out there with the ball for Richmond. The Outlaws trying to set things up. Long pass to Polzer. Gets the pick. Good job by Kendrick, though. Polzer, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get something away. Gets a shot and a drive right on. Picked up by Henry. No, yes, it is. It's Henry. Good job. 35 seconds. Pass a little too far. Eliak joins the attack. A pass to Polzer. 15 seconds left to go in regulation time. Henry. He's got to get a shot away. Here's a chance for Malcolm. He looked back to see the clock. 2 seconds. Shot. Saved by Eliak. We're going to go into overtime. And we'll be back with the overtime period. In just a moment, the score is Richmond 8, Vancouver 8.
Welcome back for the overtime period. The Vancouver Burrards and the Richmond Outlaws tied at 8. There'll be a 10-minute overtime period, not sudden death. Both teams are tied right now at 6-12 with 6 games remaining each in the season. The winner of this game will move into 4th place. So it's a must for them both. So it should make for an interesting overtime. The story of the game so far has been Dallas Eliak. He's faced 54 Vancouver shots, while Richmond's manages 35 at Dwight Methke on the other end. So the face-off. Ball squirts loose back to Methke. He picks it up and flips it up to Rod Jensen. Jensen brings it down over to Turris. Turris back to Jensen. Moves to his left. Back to the middle to Downey. Over on the right side to Terry Oyam. Oyam circling. Moving in, he's going to shoot. Eliak gets his toe on it. Goes to the corner, and Troy Pelzer picks it up. Pelzer circles around his own end. Spins away from a check and gives it to Adam Kurtenbach. Kurtenbach flips it over to Keith Cowison. Cowison's coming into the middle. They want to make every shot count. They're going to take their time setting up. Cowison moving into the middle. Over to Jamie Stewart. Ball squirts loose. Terry Oyam's on him. Oh, and Hurd's picked it up. Hurd's had a strong game. Their shot clock's run down. And Jensen takes it, throws a long pass down the other end to Peter Park. Park in his traditional pose, one hand on the stick, flips it over to Jones. Ball's loose for a moment. Racine circles back into the middle. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Racine into the middle. Nice back pass. Oh, and he found on his shot. Bringing it down, Ken Thomas. He breaks for the middle, he's free. Gets a shot, but it's stopped by Methke. Mecky's also had a strong game. This is over to Perrant. Down the right side. Into the middle is Tony Malcolm. Squirts one through his legs, but Eliak manages to turn it aside. Again, it's Jensen with the ball. He's the playmaker on Vancouver. Going around to his left, he's going to shoot. Again, Eliak. Richmond native Gary Frederickson just rejoined the team after an injury. In the middle, and it's another Eliak save. He's again continuing his strong play into the overtime period. Richmond didn't manage a goal in the third frame. And if it wasn't for Eliak, they'd be in the showers by now. Hurd into the middle, he's had a strong game. Robertson's free, takes a shot, but he missed to the left. Ball bounces high. Henry picks it up. They've got 7 seconds left in the shot clock. They're going to have to hurry if they want to get one off before it expires. Callison, a quick shot, stopped by Metke. Tony Malcolm picks up the ball and starts down floor. Malcolm, a very fast player. Over to Bruce Turris. Turris with a submarine shot. He misses wide. And it's picked up by Randy Jones. Jones brings the ball down the floor. A long bounce shot, stopped by Eliak. Turns it aside to Kurtenbach. Kurtenbach lays it over to Ken Thomas. Tom Huntley to Keith Cowison. Cowison's had a strong game. Working alone on one side, isolated. Fires, picked off on a nice play by Peter Park, who flips it up on the right-hand side. Randy Jones moving down, looking into the middle, squirts out a Terry Williams stick, but the ball is loose and recovered by Vancouver. And again, it's Rod Jensen. Moving down the left, into the middle to Oyam, bounces one over the net. Eliak comes out of behind his net, knocks it to the corner where there's a scramble of players. Peter Park's got it. No, it's Racine. I'm sorry, that was Racine. The ball's gone out of play. There'll be a face-off. 5:59 left. Teams are tied at 8, no score in the overtime. Continuing into the overtime, Richmond's had problems mounting any kind of offense. The ball pops loose, and again, it's Vancouver getting it. Racine bringing it down the floor. So we're on his right. Perrant into the middle. Tony Malcolm, the speedster, looks to the side. Stan Wilson, over again. The ball pops loose in the corner. The shot clock expires, so Vancouver just vacates. It's Ken Thomas, fires it up to Russ Hurd. Hurd really seems to like these games, these intense games. The rougher the game he seems to like it, the more he seems to like it. Hurd into the middle, into a crowd. The ball pops loose. Jamie Stewart. It's bouncing all over the place. Robertson. Oh, again, Metke. Robertson got drilled in the back for his troubles on that one. It's up to Perrant. Perrant moving down the right-hand side. He's got Thomas coming back to check him. He's going to try a shot, but Eliak stopped it. Perrant in the corner. It seems like Vancouver's had the ball for the bulk of the overtime period. They've been dominating. From the outside, it's Gary Frederickson. He misses to the... Metke picks it up deep in the Vancouver end and flips it up to Gary Frederickson. Frederickson up to Randy Jones from outside. Into the middle of the park. A nice behind-the-back shot. Eliak knocked the net off his moorings on that play. It's Kurtenbach over to Troy Pelzer. Pelzer brings it down the right-hand side. Henry's got it. Henry seems to be showing signs of snapping out of a long slump in this game. He's got at least 4 assists. He's moving into the middle. Circles to the right. He's trying to shake his check. In the middle is Robertson. Metke just got his shoulder on it and jumps high above the net to snare the loose ball. He flips it over to Randy Jones, who looks deep and catches Rod Jensen in the clear. Oh, and a fluke shot just about gets by Eliak. Oh, that would have been a heartbreaking way to lose. Now it's Adam Kurtenbach, turns to the middle. Kurtenbach just rejoined the team after the field lacrosse season in Whittier. Brad Henry off to the side in his traditional right-hand side of the floor. The ball's loose in the middle. Callison's got it. And again, it's Metke. These goalies are really having a battle. Jamie Stewart in the middle, but the net's off its moorings and plays called. Nobody seems to be able to get anything by these goalies. They are, in my opinion, the two finest goalies in the league. Dallas Eliak doesn't get much recognition because nobody comes and sees him play. The ball's loose deep. Eliak comes out and snares it, but it's picked up on the run by Turris, and he's dumped by Eliak, and there'll be a penalty on that one. I believe there's going to be a penalty shot. Oh, hold tight here. It is. It's going to be a penalty shot. With 3:09 left in overtime, the team's tied at 8. No score in overtime. It's not sudden death. The leading goal scorer in the WLA, Peter Park, who has 4 goals so far tonight, will walk in cold on Dallas Eliak. Eliak has just stood Vancouver on their ear so far tonight. They're forcing Turris to take the shot. They tried to get Park up there, but Turris was the one who was tripped, so he must take the shot. Turris hasn't played much tonight. He's a veteran of the league. He's been around for a long time. He's in the twilight of his career. They wanted to get the whiz Park out there, but to no avail. The two men face each other down, and here comes Turris. And Eliak wins. It seemed like a rather half-hearted move by Turris. He didn't have much speed, and it was not like he had Eliak fooled at all, really. Eliak accepts congratulations from his team. Maybe this will give him the lift they need to go down and finally get one by Metke. We're looking at a period and a half with no shots getting behind Dwight Metke in the Vancouver net. Richmond really hasn't threatened much. Again, the loose ball goes to Vancouver. Rod Jensen picks the ball up for Vancouver. He's got it in the middle. Flips over on the side to Perrant. Perrant flips the ball around. Back to Jensen. In the middle. So Dan Wilson. Wilson back to Jensen. Jensen outside with the shot. And again, Eliak. Ball loose in the corner. Jensen's got it. He wants to get it to... Racine has it. Racine's moving to the middle. He's open for a shot. He flips it back to Jensen. Jensen again. And again, Eliak. Brian Drager's got the ball. Flips it over to Ken Thomas. Thomas is going to try and settle things down here for Richmond. They've been back on their heels for a few minutes. Circling to the left is Keith Callison. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Callison looks the ball over to Henry. Henry on the right side. In the middle, he's got a little bit of space. He moves in, but he fans on the shot. The ball pops out, and he takes a shot in the back for it. Thrown down to speedster Tony Malcolm. He's open in on Eliak. Jumps high, but again, Eliak stops him. Russ Hurd picks the ball up and heads back down floor for Richmond. Malcolm's coming up behind him hard. A nice back pass by Hurd to Callison. Callison over to Henry. Henry again, isolated by himself. There's a pick there from Stewart, but he goes the other way. The ball loose. Jamie Stewart picks it up. Back to Brad Henry, and Dwight Metke stops him again. Metke seems to have Henry's number. Henry's had a few chances. Perrant's got the ball for Vancouver. Flips it to Gary Fredrickson. Fredrickson's seen a lot more playing time late in the second, in the third period, and in the overtime. He's just returned from an injury, and there was some controversy about problems he'd had with the coach, but he seems to be playing a lot and playing well. Moves to the right, takes a shot, and he scores. 1:11 left in the game. With 1:11 left, Frederiksen picked the ball up, moved to his left, and put a low bounce shot past Eliak. With the way Richmond's been playing offensively, this is a real tough blow.
That was a 70-second shot by Vancouver.
That was Vancouver's 72nd shot, which netting them only 9 goals, which gives you an idea of the balance of play and the play of Eliak.
Vancouver's 9th goal, scored by number 21, Gary Frederiksen, assist to number 26, Keith Keller, and number 5, Peter Park. Time of the goal, 8:49.
There's a timeout called. Richmond's going to want to plan a little strategy, collect their thoughts, and maybe get a shotgun to try and get something by Metke. It's got to be disheartening for the Richmond team. They started very strongly. They were at 5-5 at one point in the season, and then they went on to go 1-7 over the next 8 games. They've played well in spots. They've lost some tough games. They've played very well against the newest Mr. Salmon Bellies, playing them tight a few times, but not seeming to get the breaks. Certainly one of the problems has to be the crowd here in Richmond. It's every game is an away game for the Outlaws. They never get a crowd behind them. Even tonight, there's more Vancouver supporters here than Richmond. The ball pops loose. Racine's got it. He's moving back into his own zone, and you can bet they're going to use the whole 30 seconds for this shot. Again, it's Rod Jensen controlling play. He'll take his time coming down. 53 seconds left. Jensen moves into the middle. He's directing traffic. He's got everybody spread right out. He's got the Richmond defense spread out. He comes in, he shoots. Eliak makes the save and snares the loose ball and just pulls it inside his crease. Flips the ball over to Ken Thomas. There's 38 seconds left. Thomas down the floor. Eliak's left the net. There are 6 attackers for Richmond. In the middle is Keith Cowison. And again, it's back to Henry. Henry to Cowison. Racine's vigorously checking Cowison. Dislodges the ball, but they keep it. Cowison gets the ball back over to Hurd. In the middle to Cowison. Over to the side. It's Jamie Stewart. Stewart's got the ball. There's 3 seconds left in the shot clock. They get one. 10 seconds left in the game. They tie the game up at 9. What a break for Richmond. That goal may have saved their season. With 10 seconds left, Vancouver loses their 1-goal advantage in an overtime session. What a game. It's certainly unfolded dramatically tonight. They face off at center. Thomas, who takes all the face-offs for Richmond. The ball pops loose. It's deep in Vancouver's end. Malcolm's got it. They don't have time. Long shot, and that's the game.
$9.50.
Pardon me? Okay. In an odd development, the officials are going with a first goal sudden death overtime. And for what reason is not clear at the moment. The general policy so far in the season of the WLA has been an overtime, a straight 10-minute overtime. But nonetheless, strap yourselves in and let's see what happens. There's 2 very hot goalies playing tonight. Vancouver's had the edge offensively and has certainly taken it to them. Peter Park's hot tonight. The guy's been filling the net all season for Vancouver. Richmond's guns came alive early. Henry got 4 assists earlier in the game. Hurd, Cowison, they were all hot, but they got shut down in the 3rd period. The only goal Richmond's managed in the 3rd period and the 10-minute overtime was the one that tied it up with 10 seconds left in the game by Jamie Stewart. So they're going to have to hope for a little bit more if they'd like to get out of this with 2 points. Because, in essence, the loser of this game is going home for the season. In that overtime period, the shots were 16-7 for Vancouver. meaning that at this time, that's been 72 shots at Dallas Eliuk and 42 at Dwight Metke. Ken Thomas is directing traffic. He seems quite assured he's going to get this face-off from Malcolm. Sorry, from Roddy Jensen. The ball's loose. It pops out to Kurtenbach, but it's picked up by Tony Malcolm. Malcolm over to Downey. Downey, who's been a real thorn in the Richmond side tonight. And it's over to Randy Jones. Jones on the side. Into the middle to Park. He gets one through, but Eliuk stops him. He's down on the floor behind. He's got the ball underneath him. They're working him over pretty good back there. There's 4 Outlaws. And they're going to make this a Vancouver ball. They're going with a face-off on it. You can bet every loose ball is going to be fought for like it was life and death. The players seem to have had some problems tonight with their traction. Park fell there. They've been falling quite regularly. I think the floor might need a dusting. This occasionally happens in the rinks around the league, as if it's left for too long, they can start slipping around. It was a problem in North Delta when the Outlaws played the Adnax up there last Friday. Ball's loose. It's picked up by Dale Robertson. Robertson into the corner to Pelzer. Pelzer takes a hit from Gary Frederickson, who scored the 1 overtime goal for Vancouver. Flipped up, and down the floor comes Robertson. Robertson, who can only play for the team on Wednesday night games due to his work commitments, flips it over to Brad Henry. Henry again into his spot on the right-hand side of the floor. In the middle to Hurd. Hurd stopped by Metke. A nice shot. Hurd's really come alive in this game. Through the middle, it's Robertson. Vancouver's attacking vigorously on defense. In the middle is Jamie Stewart. He's in the middle, switches hands, and one just trickles wide. Stewart picks it up. There's 13 seconds left in the clock. Henry back pass to Cowison. Cowison in the middle. The ball pops loose. Gary Frederickson looks around, throws a deep pass down to Malcolm over his head, and it's a Richmond ball. Adam Kurtenbach is checked for a moment by Peter Park, and Park heads back down the floor. Gets off the floor for the ball chasers. Jamie Stewart on the right side moves into the corner. Stewart, who was married just about 10 days ago and celebrated by scoring 4 goals against the Adnax. Is the middle to Henry. Henry, a nice shot. The ball's loose in the crease and picked up by Metke. Metke off to the side. And that's Downey. Downey flips the ball up. They're controlling the ball on the outside, but it pops. Oh, Rawson had a little interchange with Turris on that play. In the corner is Ken Thomas, and over to Adam Kurtenbach. Kurtenbach throws in the middle to Hurd. Hurd in the middle, slowly, picks up steam. This is a classic Hurd move, just into the middle as strong as you can. The ball's loose, and it's bouncing around and into the scorer's table, just into the penalty box. And there's the usual scramble for the free ball by the kids that are generally hanging around here. It's Brad Henry with the ball. Hurd drops it off for Robertson. Long shot, bounces wide. Henry picks it up, but it's loose. And we'll go back into the Richmond end where Hurd will pick it up. Hurd up to Stewart. Stewart on the left-hand side. Stewart in the middle to Cowison, a nice quick shot. Metke lifted the net off its moorings on that shot. If Richmond picks it up, you can bet they're going to blow the whistle. But they don't, and down comes Downey down the left-hand side of the floor. He wears those high-top, dark-colored Converse, makes it look like he's wearing his dad's socks. Now it's Rod Jensen again. He seems to have had the ball all night for Vancouver. Into the middle, Randy Jones. Again, Jensen takes a shot from Jarega. Turns away. Squirts through in the middle, and he's labeled, ends up in the crease, no shot. In the corner is Park working for the ball, and the shot clock expires. Troy Pelzer leaves the floor, and Adam Kurtenbach starts away with the ball. He'll throw it up to Henry and leave the floor, and the first line comes back on. They've logged a lot of time in this overtime. 4 minutes gone in this sudden death period. first team to score leaves here with 2 points. Brad Henry into the middle to Robertson. Robertson tries to thread one through to Henry, but it bounced off someone's helmet. In the corner, here's Cowison working somebody over, knocks the ball loose. He climbs over the back, and it's over to Terry Oyam. Oyam hasn't seen much playing time in the latter stages of the game. He's an older guy, well, relatively in the terms of the league. He's also considered the toughest player in the league. He's certainly nobody wants to fight the guy. In the middle is Dan Wilson. Eliak stops the ball and passes it off to Thomas. Thomas fires it up to Stewart. Stewart moves down the right-hand side. Van Oss has taken a pretty good beating, setting up a pick for Stewart. He threads, tried a dangerous submarine shot, and picked that one out of the crease, and I think he's got Metke upset, and there was a few flying bodies on that one. This has been an intense game, but quite cleanly played considering the what's at stake here. Over on the right-hand side, it's Oyen takes a long shot. It bounces wide, and Turris has got it in the corner. He's called for a crease violation. So Jarega picks the ball up, and it'll be Richmond. Richmond's chance to go in and end it, to stick the fork in this one. It's Russ Hurd. Hurd on the outside. You can just see he just wants to grind it out in the middle. And the ball is turned over to Vancouver. In the corner, it's Downey. And Downey will bring the ball up to Randy Jones. Jones into the corner. Terry Oyam. Oyam looking for Park. You know they're looking for Park. And it's over. The guy you knew would end it for Vancouver did. The goal-scoring leader in the WLA puts one away. Final score, Vancouver Burrards 10, Richmond Outlaws 9, with 5 minutes and 31 seconds gone in the second overtime period.
Victoria down 2-1 in the best-of-7 semis, and losers of their protest in an earlier game in for Game 4 tonight at the Sports Center. And they are in the possession of a 6-1 lead at one point in this game. They ended up blowing it here in the power play. Mark Nadasdy comes down and scores on Marty O'Neill. All this led to a scenario where it was an 8-8 tie, and Coquitlam pulled their goalie at that point and scored with 3 seconds to go. They won the game by a score.